Hello everybody, my name is Robin and welcome to my channel BirdsEyeStitches. This is a channel about cross stitch, so if you are new here, then welcome. I hope you are here because you have a love of cross stitch like I do, and if you are returning, also welcome. And I also hope you have a love of cross stitch like I do. I suppose that greeting actually applies to both groups, whether you are new or returning. And either way, just thank you so much for being here today and for choosing to spend part of your day looking at all of the stuff that I am going to show you and listening to me yammer on about the land of cross stitch. Okay, today it is Saturday, July 24th. I have some whips to show. I've got a ridiculous amount of haul to show at the end. And I've got plans for August because I guarantee I will not be filming again until August, so 2 weeks out from now. So I wanted to go over all of those plans for the magazine monthly challenge and all of that good stuff. I also have the 2 giveaways from my last video. If you watched my 1,000 subscriber video, I am giving away both a $20 gift card to Garan Stitchery, and they were nice enough to donate that, so that's not really a gift from me. It is actually a gift from them to one of you. And then I am also giving away basically a stitch with me type situation, which that part's not super exciting. I mean, I have all kinds of saddles that I start, don't really finish, with all kinds of people like everybody else. But what I am going to be doing is working with whoever wins the other giveaway and saying, what do you want from either the Heaven and Earth Designs website, or if you don't do full coverage and you don't want a Haid, that's totally okay. We can choose something else, but the idea is you will choose the pattern, I will supply the pattern to both you and myself, and whatever you choose to stitch, that is what I am going to stitch with you. So anyway, I will let you guys know who won those at the end. If you put a comment down on my last video, I'm still catching up on those. I think just because I had those great giveaway items and it was the 1,000 subscriber video, so it probably got a little bit more attention in the land of YouTube. So I just had more comments, which I love, but I am still working through those. So if you made a comment, no, I will answer your comment semi-soon. Okay. All right, a little bit of life update. So I really wanted to film last week, but I live in Arizona. If you don't know that, then I live in Arizona, and we got hit with some pretty good storms. I have a farm that's right behind my house. I don't know if the phrase is we back a farm or a farm backs us. Either way, if you look at my bedroom window, there's a farm. So what that means is when the storm hit, there's no houses behind us to shield us. So the wind came and it just tore. We have clay tiles on our roof. And so the wind just blew those all over the dang place. You know, some fell off of our second story and they fell on the overhang and it broke, and we got tiles everywhere. We have broken roof, not everywhere, but in enough places that it's been raining ever since. And it's just raining. So at the end of the day, everybody is safe. There was a lot of neighborhood cleanup that went on week before last and continues because, you know, lots of people lost trees. If you had a trampoline, it was like a flying saucer. I mean, we don't really see these types of storms very often. I mean, typically the worst thing that happens here is we get spit on by rain. And I say spit on because it's like, you know, a few little sprinkles, and that's rain. So we do need this moisture, but we're just really not used to it here. So in fact, right now, like the window behind me, it's super gloomy out there. It looks sunny, it's deceiving. The air has all this moisture to it, so like my skin is just, I don't feel like I have to drink a gallon of water. That's good, but you know, we're pretty spoiled here in the desert with I say spoiled, but we're used to a very dry air and a lot of sunshine and a lot of non-inclement weather. So it's just been a little bit busy. Last little bit of life update. So I've also been working some extra hours at my current job. This is my last week at my job, so my last day where I currently work is going to be the 28th, so it's literally right around the corner. And in trying to prepare for that, no one ever wants to hand off a mess, and so just trying to make sure that as many things that are wrapped up and put a bow on top and here you go, just trying to get as much stuff done as I possibly can. And then in the end, at least then I know I did my best. So, a little bit of extra work there, but then it is very exciting because the very next day, so the 29th, I will be starting my new job. And so I am very excited for that. That'll be a whole new adventure and a lot of fun, but just a little bit of extra work to lead up to that, which is okay. Okay, stitching. So we'll do whips first because I have 3 piles laid out nicely right here, and those are first. I have no finishes. I didn't do nearly as much stitching as I wanted to these last few weeks because obviously I've been a little bit busy, but I did get some in. So, all right, the first one that's going to hopefully continue to make an appearance every video is Stitching Tree by Stitching Mommy. Looks like this. I am stitching mine on a piece of, you'd think I'd have this one down by now, a 32 count Jobelin by Bee Stitch Me and the color Awakening. And that is coming out pretty true to color. So last time you guys saw this, I had January, February, March done, and I had most of the April branch. So I finished the April branch completely. I finished the May, I did the whole May branch, May branch. I'm thinking maypole, May branch. And then I was actually going to do the leaves for April, but I wrote down the temperatures for the month, and it turns out I'm actually missing 3 skeins. I'm missing 3 colors from the tree. Of course, I can easily swap them out for something else in my stash. I have plenty, it'd be a pretty easy swap to do, but I know that I bought these at some point. I just don't know where they are. So before I go and replace them, I know that I bought these for this specific purpose. And if you know me, I reorganize this room like every 3-4 months. It's like if I start to feel any type of anxiety, I go to town with organization, and it usually leads me in here. So I have moved them somewhere. I just don't know where. And so before I swap them out, I just want to double check. So if I can't find them in the next couple days, I will swap them. No one will ever know the difference because as long as you use it for the same temperature throughout the whole tree, that's really all that matters. So anyway, we are here. This one will obviously remain in the rotation because I need to get caught up. And then hopefully it'll just stay in the rotation to do like a week at a time. We'll see if we get there. All right, then I worked on Beautiful Things by Lindy Stitches. This is the one day. One day will look like that. Go. I got to here. This one is stitched on a piece of 36 count. Yeah, 36 count linen by Bee Stitch Me in the color, I think it's Martini. I'm doing this one, it's a mix of 1/2 and 2/2. So like up here is 2/2 and here is 2/2. I started up at the top, I did 2/2. I'm just not a huge fan of 2/2 on a 36 count. I just prefer the 1/1 look. It's a little bit too dense for me. And so I thought, let's be honest, I was being lazy. I didn't want to take it out. So I figured I would just do like, the leaves would be 2/2 and the flowers, and then I do the stem different, and then I put it away and I forgot I was doing all of that. So now it's just going to be 1/2, and I'll have some really like in your face leaves. If anyone notices that, great. Nobody probably will. We'll see. Anyway, last time you guys saw this, I had stitched all the way down to the bottom because I was worried that the fabric was too small. It does fit, barely, but it fits. So anyway, I did all of this stitching This is like 3 hours worth of stitching. Like there is a ton of stitches in this vase thing. Like it's a lot. So we are there. This one will remain in my rotation through the month of August. Bless me, I had to sneeze. I'm not gonna push pause or start over because I'm 10 minutes in. We'll see if I sneeze again. Normally they come in like 2 or 3. We'll see. Anyway, month of August. This will stay in the rotation for month of August because it is going to be one of the letters in the acrostic. I have so much stuff next to me that I have to like resort to putting things on the floor in between. That's okay. There's worse complaints to have, right? Okay. The next one that I worked on was Aries by Satsuma Street. I do have the entire set. It's the whole astrological series. And I actually had to write down the word astrological on my notes just because I always forget that word. I think every time I talk about it on here, I forget that word. So I wrote it down. Anyway, I'm on Aries. I am not stitching them on the black like it calls for, even though it would be beautiful on the black. I mean, the black really does make it pop. But years ago, I was part of a Fabric of the Month club. It was the first Fabric of the Month club I'd ever joined and the first one I'd ever heard of. It was at least five years ago, probably longer. I don't know. But anyway, it was by Picture This Plus, and I was only stitching on Aida at the time. And so I would get just this small piece of fabric from Picture This Plus, and I would get it once a month. And then now I still have all of these pieces because they're not very big. And I don't stitch on Aida all that often anymore, although I'm starting to pick it up more and more, so we'll see if that changes. But anyway, I wanted to put one of these guys on each different color that I received from that Fabric of the Month club. And how I finish it, I have no idea. Right now I'm just trying to stitch them all. So here is where I'm at. This one is stitched 2/1. It's a 16 count Aida in the color Mercedes by Picture This Plus. Last time you guys saw this, I just had this little blurp, this little yellow white thing here, and these like 3 spirals, and that was it. So I got through, this is like a little sash thing on, what is Aries? Is it like a ram? I don't know, but I got the sash done. I got part of this done, and then I'm starting to work a little bit in this area. So typically when I do a Satsuma Street, because there's so many colors, I'll just kind of pick a section. Like right now I'm just working through this middle area. So if it calls for, let's say, this pink color, I will do the pink all through here, and then I will just take my one strand and I will continue that anywhere else that it calls for it on the pattern. Unless it's like way over there, because I can count decent or make it work decent, I don't know. But, you know, I don't want to chance it that much. So anyway, I worked through here, and every time I'd use a color, I would just kind of carry it out to wherever it needed. So that is where we are at. I really want to keep this one in my rotation just because I love the Satsuma Streets and I do want to finish this one up, but it's not going to get, it will get no love in the month of August because August is going to be very busy with Magazine Monthly Challenge pieces, and this one just doesn't fit. So it'll get put away for a little while. All right, the last one that I worked on was Birds of a Feather. It's a Monarch Horizons kit, or not kit, Monarch Horizons chart by Roger Renardi. So this is the one, Jewel, my husband's grandmother, she did all of these. So this one is complete. And now I am working on the hummingbirds. So I call this one the hummingbird piece. Last time you guys saw it, I had one hummingbird done. So I had this guy done last time you saw it, and then, oh, and I had this top piece. So my goal for this last week, I didn't pick it up after the first week, but my next goal was just to get this little section of floral area done. So that is complete. There is no backstitch through this section, so I don't have to worry about that. That's just the way that it will look. I don't know if you can hear that. My neighbors are, I don't know what they're doing. They're like revving the engine to their truck. I don't know why. We're in like a little tiny residential neighborhood. So if you like rev it up and you press the gas, like you're gonna run into a house. I don't know. But if you can hear that noise, that is just my neighbors. So anyway, the hummingbirds are going to stay in my rotation because they are going to be one of the letters in the acrostic. And my goal for this next week is going to be to work on this hummingbird right here. So this one is done. This little chunk here was my next goal. That's done. So now I'm going to work on the second one. And that one is actually called, so it tells you in the book what each hummingbird is called. A bit out of the ring light. So that one is called the white-eared hummingbird, which is good because there is a W in the acrostic for the Magazine Monthly Challenge. So thank you, white-eared hummingbird, because I wasn't really sure what to use for that other than the color white DMC, which is like my go-to. So slightly more creative. It's still the word white, but it's a white-eared hummingbird. So that will stay in the rotation and you guys will see that one next video. Okay, that was everything that I worked on project-wise. Next thing I want to show, let's do plans. So since I will not be filming next weekend, just with the new job starting next week, my husband's gonna be out of town as well, and so there's too much hubbub. It's not gonna happen. So I will film the following weekend, which would be, I think August 6th is a Saturday or Friday. I don't know. August 6th or 7th, somewhere in that land, I will be filming again. So because of that, we're already into August. So August plans. The Magazine Monthly Challenge group, if you don't know what that is, it is a Facebook group that my friend Carolyn Zook, Zook Stitch, and we run that one on Facebook. We put up a acrostic every month and a theme every month. And the whole idea behind it is that if you have all of these, cross-stitch magazines that you buy and then they sit on a shelf or they sit on your tablet if you do the digital subscription, that this gives you a reason to pull them out and flip through them and stitch something from the magazines. So I said we do a theme every month and an acrostic. There's no real rules. Most people do the theme from the magazine, and then the acrostic, they just make it work with whatever it is they're working on. Sometimes it's all magazine pieces, sometimes it's not. Totally up to you, whatever you want to do. It's just for fun. So the month of August is kind of a biggie because so August is my birthday month, and if you haven't guessed from BirdsEyeStitches and the sheer amount of birds that I usually show, I have a love for cross-stitch birds. So the theme for the month is birds. Any type of bird that you find or you see from a magazine, ideally, but if it's not, that's okay. That is the theme. So for the month of August, I'm going to be stitching the bird piece that you guys picked out that I didn't get around to stitching because it was during all of the craziness. So I will be stitching Winter Robin from Ultimate Cross Stitch Christmas from 2016. Let's see. Because there is a bright light behind me from the gloominess going on back there. See if I can hold this up without it glaring too badly, but it will look like this. I pulled out all of the floss that I need, and I have pulled a fabric. I won't go into the fabrics and everything that I'm using for all of these things because we'd be here all day, and I will go into them in more detail when I show you the actual progress. But this one I actually got a order from Fortnite Fabrics, and one of the fabrics fits perfect. It's called Cresting Wave, and it is a 32 count even weave. So I have it, let's see if this works. I have it in my Q snap. I have marked the center because that's important because it barely fits in this. It fits, I have like a 3-inch margin. It's fine, but still I've marked my center. But it's a really pretty blue. It's a nice blue there. stitching by the shore, you would love this blue. If you do not have this one, I highly recommend it. It's a neutral blue, if there can be one of those. So that will be my theme piece. It will get 4 hours of work throughout the month of August, so you guys should see that. And then the acrostic this is where it's the biggie. So again, birthday month, it's also the last month for us before the 1 year mark, because we started this in September of last year. So this is like the grand finale, I guess you could say. We are redoing it, so Carolyn and I will be getting together in the next couple of weeks to get the rest of our themes put together. We already have some ideas. We've got some pop-ups, already scheduled, things like that. But there will be more, so it's not ending after this month. But when we first put it together, we weren't sure, and so for August, the acrostic is sunflower. So that's a lot of letters. All right, sunflower, I'm going to use some pieces more than once because, again, there's no rules. And I know I won't get to quite that many letters throughout the month, but because it is my birthday, there's going to be a lot of new starts. So first one up for the letter S. This is not a new start, but it might as well be because I have like this much done on it. I'm going to be doing Sunset by Rosewood Manor. I love this piece. It looks like this. I started this for Mania last year, and it has gotten no love since then. It's on a giant piece of fabric because it's kind of a big piece. And are you ready for this? Can you see that? Hold on. I need one of those fancy boards like they use on Sunshine Stitchers. Okay. That is all I've done right there. So this needs some love. This is, I think, maybe the only piece that does not have birds on it for my entire acrostic. But I was just really feeling these colors, and that's all I've done. So this will definitely see the light of day very soon in the month of August for the letter S. Next up is the U for the U, and I'm actually using this one for a couple of different ones. I have a new start. This is also a piece of haul, but I will show it here. This is from Garon Stitchery. I think they actually have it for sale right now. It came out and then it was sold out, and I think now it's back. So this is Family of Birds by Octavio Ocampo. So it's a face. See if I can do the same face. That's close. Not really. Okay, so anyway, it's a face and it's birds. There's a tree. We're gonna do that. So U, it is unique, right? Unique, U for unique. This will get started. And I'm going to use this for both the U and unique, the O for Octavio, which is the artist name, and that is it. So this will get 4 hours total. I do 2 hours for every letter on the acrostic. So 4 hours there. All right, then this is another new start. And actually I lied, this is my second piece that has no birds. That's okay though. So this is by Nora Corbett, and it is the astrological grouping from them, but it's Leo. Leo because it's August, Leo because I'm a Leo, and because I had no willpower, and when I wasn't stitching week before last because we had storms, etc., I was buying, and what I was buying was all of these. So I have them all. I have got to stitch them. So this one will be the first one up because Leo for August and Leo for, oh no, not for L, N for Nora. I think that's all I'm doing on this one, so this will only get 2 hours worth of work. Okay, the next one I had up was by Owl Forest Embroidery, and this is what I'm calling my birthday start. So I fell in love with the kit and with the flosses, or with the pattern and the flosses. So this is Owl Forest Embroidery's Goldfinches. And let's see. Looks like this. I love these colors. I'm not a huge purple fan, to be honest, but purple really looks great with these colors. I got this from 1884 Stitchery, and so they were selling the pattern as well as the fancy floss. Sorry for the glare, I don't want to pull all these guys out, but I picked up the fancy floss that goes along with it because it's just beautiful. And with the Owl Forest kits, to me the floss just kind of really makes it. So I will be doing those for F for forest, for Owl Forest, as well as R for Robin, because it is my birthday start. So we're gonna do that. So that will get 4 hours of work throughout the month of August. And then last but not least, because it's a big acrostic, another new start, because it's also birthday month, is Music Amongst the Trees by Rosewood Manor. Looks like this. I am probably not going to do the words. The words on here, it says, "There's always music amongst the trees in the garden, but our hearts must be very quiet to hear it." And it's okay. There is always music amongst the trees. I'd be good just cutting it right there. There is always music amongst the trees, period. But that's gonna look goofy, you know? So I think without all that, it works. We'll see. I'm not gonna get anywhere near having to make that decision because this is only going to get, let's see, just 2 hours of stitching. I'm using it for the E for the word earth because there's all these trees and earth, and I can never figure out anything good to start for the letter E. It is the hardest letter for me for some reason. So 2 hours, but it will at least get started. And then I hope to keep this one in my rotation because I've seen other people stitching this and it's really beautiful. So, okay, that is it for plans. I have some quick haul to show you guys because I got some fun, exciting stuff. And then we will do the giveaway winners and that should wrap this up. Okay, haul. Oh, I do actually have a pile. All right. Little bit of fabric. I do get a fabric of the month from Fortnite Fabric. I am in, it's like Expensive Rich or something like that. The one that gives you the sparkly opalescent stuff. I have the 18 count Ada, and this month it is a beautiful, it's like purple. We got purple going on. It's purple. I will say that the glare is kind of annoying from the ring light, but the color is really true. Like that's exactly what this looks like in real life. So they call this color Selfie No Filter. And again, I get the 18 count opalescent Ada. I am getting this one in an opalescent Ada because I plan to use these for Christmas pieces at some point, you know, ornaments and things like that, maybe cards. I like the sparkly fabric for Christmas time, and I didn't have very much of it in my stash. So, all right, then from Garon Stitchery, I got a really beautiful piece of Ada. Every time I make an order from them, I usually pick up either a piece of fabric or a couple of skeins of floss just to help build my stash. This one is also an Ada. It's an 18 count. I found that that's become my favorite count for Ada. And this one, it looks very much kind of like camouflage-ish. But my daughter is really into these earth tones right now, and this is just really beautiful. So I was gonna look for some more patterns for her, and this piece just really popped out at me because she's really into these colors. So she is 13 and an 8th grader, and just really into like browns and greens and earth tones. So, okay, does anybody else see a jellyfish here? Is that just me? An earth tone jellyfish? Anyway, this is beautiful. I don't know what I'm going to stitch on it, but it jumped out at me when I was on the site. All right, fabric was from Garon and Fortnite Fabric. Then I did some shopping on 1884 Stitchery. I already showed you the goldfinches, but while I was on there, I picked up a few more kits from Owl Forest because I love Owl Forest. So I have This one I actually fell in love with when I saw the floss pack. So the floss pack is for autumn flowers. I will show you that first. So this is the floss pack. And all of the greens and the oranges. This color here is really nice. I fell in love with the colors. So I saw the colors and then I thought, what does that go to? So it goes to this. Also beautiful. Also purple. It's kind of different, but I have no idea when I will stitch this or what I will stitch this on, but it's really pretty. You all know I love the birds and I love the trees. After that comes the flowers. So birds, trees, flowers, beautiful colors. It was a win. So I picked that up. And then I got this one for my daughter because my daughter is super into snails right now, which sounds kind of weird, but that's what she's into. So be it. This is, I don't know, Owl Forest Embroidery something. I'm gonna call this one Earth Tone Snail. So I don't love stitching houses, of course, but it's cute that it's a house instead of a snail shell. I thought that was a fun play. I showed all the snails to my daughter. There's 3 different color schemes, maybe 4, 3 or 4. She, of course, loved this one because it's earth toned, so I picked this one up for her. And then it did come as a kit, so it comes with everything you need. It comes with fabric, some fancy floss. Show this. Floss looks like this. I will show this in much better detail when I actually start it. Oh, and it comes with a cute needle minder. I'm going to take that out. Let's see. Sorry for the crinkling there. Okay, it's also in a bag, but it's cute. Let's see. Show this. Okay, hold on. I gotta take this one out of the bag because it is just way too shiny. Way too shiny. We're getting there with this lighting, okay? Next video, I'll have it down, maybe. There we go. Yeah, so it's just a little snail. And it even comes with a needle, so that's pretty nice. But my daughter saw that and she fell in love with it. Actually, you know, I will have to do a floss toss because it might be too similar, but it's sitting right in front of me like this, so I'm wondering. This fabric might be a little bit too busy for the pattern, but we'll see. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does that go? We'll see. I'll take some photos of it and put it up on Instagram. I'm not sold, but it could work. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, last thing I wanted to show you guys from the haul because it's a new gadget that I'm really excited to try. So I got these from That's So Kelly. I did not write down the official name of them, so I will get the name of it and put it in the comment, you know, in the description box down below. But I love the idea of, I was looking for some way to store my flosses. So I have these projects I'm getting ready to start. If you don't know from my previous videos, I either use like the little plastic things to put my floss on. They're like a little basic piece of plastic that has holes in the side, or I use old school index cards. I just punch holes in them and I write the numbers to the side. That works fine for a small project. Not that there's that many holes here, but some of the projects that I have working on for a long period of time, the index cards, they just start to tear because that's obviously they're not very sturdy. That's not what they're made for. And putting the tape down the middle of the plastic holders, this is silly, but I have dark colored tape, and so it's always hard for me to see the writing that I do on it, and I have yet to transition to regular colored tape because I am stubborn and I want to use up the tape I have. Which makes no sense because I just bought a whole new thing because I didn't want to swap my tape, but it made sense in my brain. Anyway, I saw these and I got excited because it's got the felt thing in the middle so I can hold all of my like ort pieces. It's got a needle minder on here, so I can put my scissors right here. It's got a really sturdy magnet to it. So this will hold a pair of scissors, and I can put another, you know, needle minder here if I want to put like, it's like a cross between the metal, you can see that there, the little like metal plates where you can put your pattern up there, and so you can see what you're stitching on while you're stitching. It's like a cross between that and a place to hold all of your floss. Like they put them together. And then there's a place to hold your Ort stuff because this is that like tacky felt fabric, so it sticks to it. So these are fairly inexpensive, so I picked up 2. There's this one, of course I had to have it because it has the bluebirds going on. And then this one because it's sunflowers, and I do love sunflowers. So looks like this. I'm going to use these when I kit up these new projects. We will see how they go. I will report back. I hope they work well. I think they'll work well. This brand, That's So Kelly, I have another, I call it a gadget, but I use, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a little, it has this felt in the middle, but it folds in half. And it's got a little pocket in there, so you can put like your scissors and a pen and stuff like that in there. You can hold some flosses. So if you have a very small project, you can put everything in there. I use it just to kind of cart around like scissors, extra needles, pens, and it holds my Orts when I'm downstairs. It keeps them secure, that way the cat can't get to them. So I use it downstairs, but this will work perfectly for the stuff I'm working on here in the stitch room. So we'll see how that works. They also stack because of the magnet, so if I wanted to use 2 of these, if I had a really big project, I could also do that. So that's kind of nice. Okay, that is it. Whip, plans, haul, 36 minutes. That's pretty long for me. So if you're still here, thank you. Giveaways. Okay, I had 2 giveaways on my last video. I said there's a lot more comments than normal, so that was super exciting because I got to connect with even more people. I used the random comment picker, so I guess we will get right to it. Let's see, the first one, the word honey was the keyword. Honey was for the Garon Stitchery $20 gift card. So again, that was donated to me by Gary and Ronnie because they are super kind human beings and they support all of the Flosstubers that are active in their Facebook group. And so they reached out to me and said, hey, congratulations on your 1,000 subscriber giveaway. We'd like to offer a $20 gift card. So if you win this, will have my email linked down below. Send me an email, give me your email address. I will reach out to Gary and Ronnie and let them know that you are the winner. And then they will likely send you a coupon code, or they'll give me their coupon code. I don't know, but we will work that out. So there was 47 people who used the keyword of honey, and the winner for that one was Christine Southard. So Christine, congratulations. I hope you love the Garon Stitchery website, and you probably already shopped there. I think you may have won something from me before, or I know you're a frequent commenter. So thank you so much for subscribing and for commenting all the time, and congratulations. Hope you find something great. So send me an email so we can figure out those details. Okay, the second one was the keyword of cardinal. Now cardinal is the one where you will get to choose basically any chart that you want. I say within reason, like if you tell me you want to stitch the Mirabilia Lady of the Flag, I can't buy 2 of those because my roof just fell off. So no. So within reason, I would like to purchase a pattern for the winner and a pattern for myself, so we can start stitching that together, and I will of course announce what that pattern is once we work it out. That way the rest of you guys, if you want to, you can also join in. I think when I do that video, I will also talk about some of the other SAOs that I'm a part of, because there's some things that I'm stitching with other subscribers that I would love to be able to show and to talk about, because they just don't get enough love. So this will be a great reminder for me to do that. Anyway, there was 52 of you guys who wanted to stitch something along with me, and the winner on that one was Karen, I don't know how to say her last name, Monarch, M-O-N-N-I-C-H. So Karen, you also are a regular commenter on my channel, so I am very excited that you have won. Thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for taking the time to reach out with me most of the time that I have a Flosstube up. So that's very exciting also. Okay, that's all that I have. Karen and Christine, send me an email. My email is listed down below. You know, I haven't checked that email in a really long time, so if you have sent me an email, I'll be checking it here shortly, and I will respond to you. I don't think anyone really ever used that email, so. But if you did, I'll respond to you this week. Okay. All right. I hope everybody is safe. I hope that everyone's enduring crazy weather right now. There's just so much going on in this world. So wherever you are, I hope that you are safe. I hope you are well. I hope you are stitching. It is 24 hours of cross stitch weekend. We're 40 minutes in. I didn't even talk about that, but that's okay. I am 6 hours in on my stitching, although well, I'm 3.5 hours in for stitching. It took me a long time, and I still count this for the 24-hour cross stitch weekend. I had to kit up all of those new starts that I was just showing you all. That took a minute. So I'm like just under 4 hours of stitch time. The rest was in kitting, but now I'm gonna go stitch. So great to see you all. Happy stitching. I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.